Here with UWL head women's track and field coach Nick Davis as we preview the 2024 National Championships. They're this Thursday through Saturday down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Coach, first, before we talk about the National Championships, let's just recap a little bit of the outdoor season so far. You won your conference title a few weeks ago. Just talk about how the outdoor season has gone so far.
I think it's shaped up really well. I think, again, building off of what we did indoor, coming off of a great indoor conference championship, and then leaving a little bit to be desired, I think, at the national championship indoor. I think we came off of that really hungry, and I think the energy of the team was really, really good. We made a few changes in our mindset, and I think that, you could see that mindset shift play out in their performances throughout the outdoor season. I mean, big performances, school records, obviously, from Lauren Jarrett, and some all-time list performances as well. But you could see it almost across the board. Just our young athletes, freshmen, sophomores, really making big jumps. I feel like we've positioned ourselves really well for the outdoor championships after a really, really strong conference championship where, we had Lauren Jarrett was the track athlete of the year. Maya Evans was the field event athlete of the year. Just a really strong, I would say, campaign over the course of the last few weeks.
You have 20 entries, 16 events at this week's championships. Just talk about it. You have several events, of course, covered on the field, in the track, and you also have Amber in the multi. So just talk about across the board what you have this weekend.
I think the representation that we have here with the 19 women that we're bringing is just, I think it's so strong because it shows our depth. We have every field event covered at the national championships, which is, I think, the second or even third year in a row that we've done that. So I think it's really just a good demonstration of our depth there. We have people in the distance events, we have people in the sprints, our relays are covered. I feel like we have a lot of opportunities to put out some great performances and move up. I think we're seated highly in a couple of events, but we're just outside of the scoring if you look at seeds in some of the other events. So we have a lot of room to move up. I'm really excited to see how they use their opportunity, over the course of the next few days.
Other teams to watch for this weekend, what you're expecting from other teams?
I think Wash U is a phenomenal team. Talk about depth. They also, I believe, have 20 entries into the meet. Just some really strong track events, a couple of good field events. They'll be a big team to watch. Obviously, you have Loris, you have your Wartburgs of the world. Obviously, MIT is really strong this year, and we're kind of right in that mix. So I think there's going to be a nice. This is going to be a great competition to see who comes out with those top four spots and bring some hardware home.
Won the national title last year.
Mm-hmm.
You've got some student athletes who have competed, not just last year, but in previous years. What have you told the newcomers, maybe, who haven't seen this, or even in how they rely on your experienced people as well?
Yeah, I think what we really have is a great group of leaders who are. They're just communicating. They're talking with the younger athletes. A lot of our younger athletes who are going to be here this weekend were their indoor nationals, so they had a little bit of an experience of it. But I think it's just the seniors, or even just people that have been there before, just kind of communicating the whole process. The meet it's just a normal meet, just like every other meet, except there are like some steps. Just the clerking process is different, and that whole flow of the meet. Getting from the clerking to your competition site and all that stuff, sometimes it can feel a little bit, formal, I guess. And so just reminding them that these are just the steps we need to take. At the end of the day, it's still competing. It's still running fast, jumping far, throwing far, all that stuff. So I feel like they're really stepping up in that way. I've been so impressed. I have to say, I've been so impressed with our leadership. This year. We lost 22, I think, seniors last year, a huge graduating class. And these seniors, our captains this year, just stepped right in, and really led a young group that doesn't know much or didn't know much coming into the year. And so that's a lot of hard work that they've put in. And I think we're seeing the fruits of their labor now, which is really cool. So I'm excited for them.
What do you know about the Doug Shaw Memorial Stadium complex where you're going to compete this week?
Not other than the fact that like we've heard great things about it. I know previous national championships, D2 has been there. It's a real. It looks like a really nice place. It happens that our hotel is like an hour and a half, a mile and a half, excuse me, from the facility. So that's excellent. Everything's right there. Throws are a little bit outside of the track area, but everything's pretty contained overall. So I think it'll be a really good facility, a really good venue for the championships here.
Final question, Coach. Just what do you think the keys to your success over the years here in the program? Just in competing for those national, winning the conference titles, but what's been the key for the team?
I honestly feel like we talk about UWL being an amazing place with all these. The facilities are phenomenal, and I will not argue that. I feel very fortunate to be able to practice, train, compete in these facilities. But at the end of the day, it's the people, and I feel like we have, just for starters, our coaching staff is a phenomenal group of people that just get it. They understand the importance of growing young women into confident women throughout our program and building them up as they move out onto their next challenges in the world. And I think that the women on our team see the value in growing as a person, not just as a student athlete, or excuse me, not just as an athlete. And I think that just the positive environment that we create and that we build around our team, pushing ourselves every day to be the best versions of ourselves, but also that level of support. I feel like that culture that we've had over the past years and continue to cultivate, I think is what has helped us to be successful, because it keeps building on itself. And again, as we were talking about before, I see that now, with the leaders on this team, the captains, the seniors who are bringing along our freshmen that are going to be at this national championship, and just seeing their growth over that period of time. That leadership is so important to what we've been able to do over the course of time here.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this week.
Thank you.